Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily, and we have to talk about new makeup releases today because my lord, there has been, it was like Droughtsville or just nothing exciting at all whatsoever for so long it felt like, and then all of a sudden it's like the tap has opened and all of the new glorious beautiful makeup releases are pouring out. What a weird way to start a video. Anyway, we're going to talk about them. Hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Alrighty, you know the deal. Sit to the side, look at the gram of all the new pics, and I put them here for you, okay? Let's do it. We shall start on Trendmood, and I don't know if I'm going to have a pic of this, but Danessa Myricks has dropped, or Trendmood's dropped like a reel of a new Danessa Myricks defining groundwork palette, defining neutrals palette, and it's for eyes, brows, and face. So it's basically, it looks like kind of like the Anastasia Beverly Hills like brow makeup artist palette kind of things, and then it's in square pants. I mean, listen, I can get the vibe of this, and I can get the purpose of this from Danessa Myricks brand in particular, because her brand is very much like, she's a makeup artist, and I feel like her brand is very much for makeup artists as well. I mean, it's obviously for consumers, the everyday consumer, but I do think a lot of her products are really well aimed for, or cater really well to makeup artists. And obviously if you're someone that deals with a lot of skin tones, then this is going to be a great palette for you. But also maybe if you're someone that, maybe this, because it is for eyes, brows, face, and lips. Oh, lips, I didn't see that. There you go. But they're all powders. They're all powders, right? One palette with two different textures, velvety pomades and Shape and Fix 10 color coordinated shades. Okay, so one's a velvet pomade, and then I think maybe one's the powder. Anyway, it's multifaceted, multi-use, that kind of a jazz. I think if you're a makeup artist, it's probably a pretty big must-have, I would say. I'd say the quality is like, and the formula is just beautiful. For me, I wouldn't foresee myself getting a lot of use out of this, to be honest. If I didn't have the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palette, and also the Viseart matte palette, I probably would be like looking at this and going, oh, you might be a really good addition to my makeup collection. But because I have those two matte palettes already, there's just kind of no point like for me adding this in. It's a little bit redundant. I will check out the reviews though, and if the formula is groundbreaking, then you never know. You never know around here. I do get the FOMO. I want to talk about this. And it's real shady, and I'm not meaning to like get into the drama and all this kind of stuff, okay? But I had to have a chuckle, and I'm not trying to be mean, I swear to God, but I just had a little giggle, okay? Because if any of you have seen like the whole Jaclyn Hill drama right now, okay, right? Fine, whatever. I'm not even commenting on that, whatever. In her video that she released where she's talking about her shutting down her brands, at the end of that video, she went on that sales spiel about Jaclyn Cosmetics, and she was talking about how she's releasing this most innovative product that she's never seen anything like it. She's completely innovative. It's just like, it's going to transform the game kind of thing. And I don't know if this is the product, but if this is the product, I'm like, honey, regardless of who you are, even if you were just say Joe Smith saying that about your product, I'd be like, are you okay? Have you looked around? And like, look, let's just show the product. So this is the new Jaclyn Cosmetics Vanity Light Glazed Luminizers, a transforming high shine glazed balm that brings your true radiance to light in 5 blinding shades, available on the 24th of August. By the way, I forgot to say, anything that's currently available, I will link in the description box down below. They will be affiliate links, so if you shop through them, thank you so much. This is not innovative. If this is the product that she was talking about in the end of this video, this is out there. Like 10 times over. This is not innovative, this is not brand new, unless it's some revolutionary formula, which I highly doubt that. Maybe it is though, but I'm just a little bit shocked that I don't know. Anyone else? Big claims. And then this, and like, this has been done 10 times over. Anyone else? Anyway, no, I won't be buying it. I'm not meaning to be shady, and I normally would just skip over that and never comment on it, but I just am like, did anyone else notice this? Anyway, Britt Clark did a really good video on it, a really good live actually, if you are wondering what I'm going on about. Now we have to talk about this. Patrick Ta has finally released this year's eyeshadow palette from his brand, Major Dimensions 3 Matte Eyeshadow Palette. So again, you get the 2 creams at the end, and then the, I think what is it, 8? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There you go. I can't count very well today. It is the end of the day, okay? Leave me alone. Matte shadows. And look, objectively on its own, $70 US by the way, and will be available in September 1. On its own, beautiful palette. Like I love the Patrick Ta matte formula. I think this will be a really high quality, beautiful palette. And I think if you love mattes and you like are looking for something like this in your collection, this is actually probably a palette I would really recommend. But again, like I mentioned with the Danessa Myricks one, I already have the Makeup by Mario Master mattes and the Viseart mattes and like a heap of other millions of mattes. I just kind of can't justify picking this up. I really am getting to the point with my eyeshadow collection where I'm like, I won't get any use out of you. And so unless you're something that I'm just like, oh my gosh, that formula is revolutionary, or that color story is something that I personally really, really want, I'm just kind of starting to feel a lot more picky about these things. And I don't use the Patrick Ta palettes that I have now, so I don't see how this one would be any different, even though I can see the point and the value in this if this is what you're looking for. So it's not that I think that this is a bad release from him. It makes sense to me, and especially with the way like he does makeup on celebrities and everything, this is very much his brand aesthetic, but it's just I don't personally need this in my collection. But I know like my friend Blair, for example, Simply Blair here on YouTube, she's dying. She's like, oh my God, I need this palette. And I can totally see her getting so much use out of this palette because it's like her aesthetic. So I can see why you would love and be super excited for this palette, but I can also see why you might be just like, look, it's beautiful and I get it, but like, I don't need it. Oh my Lord, we have to talk about the new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude mini palette. Hopefully by the time this video has gone up, I've got my hands on it because it's supposed to be getting released. So I think if you're in the US, it's already released. Again, it will be linked down below. I've probably done a community post about it or whatever. But in Australia, it's getting dropped on Sephora AU on the 22nd of August. So hopefully I've already purchased this. Oh my God, when I tell you, when I saw this, I was just like, thank you. Thank you, Natasha, for making my dreams come true. Listen, I also respect the fact that if you see this midi palette, you're like, I already own all these shades, because yeah, you probably do, and I probably do as well. However, she has a new formula in here, and she also has her new foiled metallic formula in here from the Yucca palette. So again, I'm really about trying those formulas. It's not so much the shades to me. The shades do come into it, but it's about the formula for me. So this is a cool tone palette with 15 new nude shades, so I think like no repeat shades, in matte, metallic, sparkling, foiled, which is the one from Yucca, and a new wet effect formula. Sign me up. Take all of my money, Natasha, you have it. In a sleek 3D Plex glass case inspired by the minimalistic architecture. So I think the case is like the retro glam one. $69 US, available on August 19, which as I'm filming this will be live. If you have not checked out Natasha Denona's swatch video as well of this palette, go and check out her swatch video on YouTube. It is gorgeous. If you are like me and you love cool tones and you love like a neutral brown palette, you will love this. And I cannot wait to try this new formula, and I love the new foiled formula. I can't wait to get my hands on this palette. I am that excited. I wish, and look, I'm not, again, no hate, no shade, but you know, new makeup releases are a little bit sassy. So if you're someone that can't take someone else's opinion and yours like two things being true at once, maybe I'm not for you, and that's okay. But I wish the mothership this year had been something like this, because for Pat, this is like a new color story for her. And could you just imagine like a traditional mothership in this kind of color story? Oh my God. Anyway, I'm just very excited about this. So yes, this will be 100% purchased, and as soon as I get it in my hot little hands, I will film a video for you guys, don't you worry. Urban Decay has dropped in Europe, it looks like. They're new, so I'm guessing coming to Australia probably in a year, coming to America soon. New Naked Eyeshadow palette, sorry, in Metal Mania. I like the packaging. Packaging's pretty cool. I'm not gonna buy this. I'm not. I'm sorry. It's not for me. It's not. This color story is really, look, it's probably the purple, to be honest, and the gold that throws me off, because I don't like that kind of a gold shade and I don't like that kind of a purple shade. They're just not my color preference. Not even just to wear, just like in general, like to look at even. So maybe I would feel differently if those two shades weren't in there and they were swapped out. But again, for me, from the palettes that I've tried from the Urban Decay Naked, I've tried Heat, Gold and Reloaded, and I've only liked the formula really. Like Heat was good and Gold was good, but it wasn't anything groundbreaking for me. So if it's not a color story that I super duper love, then the formula from what I know isn't as good, like isn't good enough for me to be like, yeah, I'll pick it up. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm sure there's a few of you out here that are like, yeah, I 100% love this. And I really like the packaging of this. Again, it's kind of one of those palettes that I'm like, there's no point in me buying this. I really don't think I'd get a lot of use out of this. I don't know. I feel like for Urban Decay, and look, I'm not a brand owner, or I don't work for a makeup brand or anything, but I do feel like Urban Decay is probably kind of at that point where they need to like reimagine their brand kind of thing and like really bring out some new stuff. But you know, who am I? I think I might pick this one up if I see it. I don't know if it will come out in Australia, but I think I might, because this is the Lancome Cross Louvre collection. So there's an eyeshadow palette, 4 lipsticks, and like one of the skincare things. And I think I'll probably pick up the eyeshadow palette because I didn't realize that Lisa Eldridge was still the makeup director for Lancome. And you know I'm a massive Lisa Eldridge fangirl. And I think this looks really beautiful. It's got a green in it. What's not to love? I just really like this actually. I really like the look of the packaging. I think the formula will be beautiful if Lisa has created it, and I'm all about it. And I haven't tried anything really from Lancome except for maybe one foundation. So I'm into it, and I think I might try it, depending on the cost. We'll see how I go with money at the time, but I've got my eye on it. I also have my eye on these new Power Matte High Intensity Long Lasting Lip Pencils from NARS, because I really loved I don't know if the original ones are still around or if this is like the rebirth of them, but I really loved the original ones. And so I don't think I'll like rush out to pick one up, but I can see myself adding 1 or 2 to my collection down the track and giving them a go. Because I think that they're beautiful. And I just remember like those pencils from NARS, they're just super long wearing. They like don't budge. They're very super pigmented. So yeah, I'd be interested in trying this, but it is a matte and I also don't super duper love a matte finish, but I can see myself trying one of these down the track. Makeup by Mario has dropped his new concealer. I'm just sorry, I'm looking at the shade range for the first time and I'm like, how do I feel about this shade range? Let me know how you guys feel about this shade range. How about that? It is concealer, I guess. This is probably not too bad. Anyway, a multi-use concealer that visibly lifts, blurs, brightens your under eyes and complexion. Caffeine visibly depuffs, tightens and smooths skin for an awakened look. Medium coverage, bootable formula. Crease-proof and long wearing with a self-setting formula that locks in with a natural skin-like finish. 22 shades, $29 each, available now. I love Makeup by Mario's brand. I think his brand is like most of the products that I've tried from him, if not nearly all the products I've tried from him, I really like highly rate. I really do. I think his products are beautiful. I haven't tried his foundation because it has like 4 or 5 different types of coconut in it and they're very high on the list, and they're the types of coconut ingredients that I know will give me acne if I use them. And it's the same with this concealer, because I went on to buy the concealer but I looked at the ingredients and it's just full of coconut and I'm just like, I can't do it. It's the type of coconut that my skin's just gonna break out and react to. So I am not gonna pick this up, but not because I don't want to, but because I'm kind of forced not to because of the ingredients, which is not his fault. He doesn't have to cater to everybody that's got sensitivities, you know what I mean? But I'll be interested to see the reviews of this concealer. I know my friend Blair will probably pick this up, so usually we like the same kind of concealers, so I'll be interested to see what she thinks of it. And if it hadn't had coconut in it, I 100% would be picking it up because I really do love his brand. Kaleidos has released the new Alma Viva collection, and it is actually sitting in my PO box waiting for me to pick it up because they did send it to me in PR, so thank you so much, Kaleidos. So hopefully a review of that collection will be up by the end of this week when this video goes up. And I'm very excited to try this collection because it has 2 quads and 4 blushes, sorry, and then also 7 lip glazes, and I'm pretty sure like, so the lip glazes are like a new formula for them. The blush shades, you guys, are like a collection of like nude blush shades. When I saw them, I was like, oh, these are my shades. These are my shades. So I am super excited to try the blush shades. I'm really excited to try this lip glaze formula from them. The shades look beautiful, and I already know I love their eyeshadows unless they've changed the formula. The purple quad I probably won't actually use, and I'll put aside for like a giveaway because it's just not purples that I personally like to wear. It's beautiful. I can respect the beauty of it with the purple, but it's just, I'm not going to wear it, so I may as well not touch it for you guys and like do it in a giveaway. But the other one being that cool tone smoky silver, you know, is my vibe, and I'm so excited to get this in my hot little hands and try it, so keep an eye out for that review. MAC is bringing out Studio Radiance, a serum powered foundation that it reminds me of the Glowish tinted serum or tinted moisturizer or whatever, where it's like highlight slash tinted moisturizer. So instantly even skin tone, provides medium buildable coverage and leaves skin with long lasting radiance. 21 shades. It's interesting because it says medium buildable coverage, but it's only 21 shades. And it's, because normally they would only do such a small shade collection if it's like the shades would stretch. But if it's medium coverage, the shades aren't going to really stretch. I'm not going to get this, just FYI. I have combo skin, textured skin. Everything about this says to me my skin won't like it, truly. And maybe one day I'd get a tester and just try for gigs, but I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase it because I just know like this kind of like that glowish tinted moisturizer is just, it's just too much of like basically a liquid highlight for me. It just does not suit my skin type. So I think if you have dry skin and you love that kind of liquid highlightery type look and feel, like if you can wear the Hollywood Flawless Filter as like a foundation on your skin, then that's the kind of product for you. Whereas on me, I look crazy like that. So yeah, it's not a product for me, but I can appreciate that it is a product for some people. Luna Beauty has released their Luniversal setting powder. I actually picked one up in light translucent. I'm actually wearing the powder today because in this look, I'm wearing the Natasha Denona Mini Starlet palette. I did like a get ready with me, if you will, trying some new makeup and stuff. So that'll be the next video after this one. But yeah, so I'm wearing the powder today, and I really like it. I can already tell you I really, really like this. It comes in 4 shades. I did want to get light pink, but it was already sold out, so I got light, but I actually really like the light one. This will definitely be more of a powder that I will wear all over my face, not so much on my under eyes. It's very mattifying. So, I mean, obviously because it's a loose powder, if you put any form of a dusting of powder on your face, you're probably not going to mind it, because if you've got dry skin, you'll just use the softest amount, right? And then the oilier you are, you probably just use more. If you have oily skin though, you'll probably really, really like this, I think. It kind of reminds me like of the Trip and Smooth from Oma, or like the Laura Mercier loose setting powders. It really does remind me of them, where it's just like setting and forgetting. But I don't know what I look like on camera, but I personally feel like I look pretty filtered with this powder. I really am impressed. I feel like it has set beautifully, like none of my makeup is sitting in fine lines, and I feel like I look very smooth and blurred. So I will say I agree with its claims, which are pore blurring, oil absorbing, tick tick in my mind, thin and lightweight, also very much agree. It is very, very thin and lightweight, and it's talc free, which I adore. 20 grams for $28 US if you're wondering, and yeah, I really like it. I am so excited for this release. I shall be getting this on the day of the launch. This is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Concealer. So revolutionary hydrating clean concealer that does more than cover, 20 plus skincare ingredients in it. I will obviously check if there's coconut in it, and if there is, I'll leave it, but the Haus Labs foundation is fine, so I'm hoping this one will be. 31 shades across 6 shade families and 4 undertones, available September 7 on their website and Sephora. I'm 100% buying this concealer. 100%. I love the foundation. I really have been enjoying all of the Haus Lab products that I have, and I'm a sucker for trying any concealer. I love it. I love all makeup. What am I talking about? But yeah, I'm really into it. This is going in my cart. What about you guys? Like, Also, when are they going to drop Haus Labs in Australia? Because they've got it on Sephora UK now. When is it coming to Australia? That's what I want to know. It really would be a lot easier, but I only want them also to bring it if they're going to like drop the products at close to like when the US and that get it, because like for example Patrick Tar, we get them all like 6 months later. Same with Urban Decay and that, and it's like, I want it now. Why do I have to wait 6 months? Anyway, first world problems. Fenty Beauty dropped their Blur and Smooth Tint Stick. Light coverage, long wear formula, melts effortlessly for a second skin natural finish. Creamy smooth texture, instantly blurs, resists fading and transferring 25 shades, $35 US. I kind of went on, this is already released and there's a heap of reviews out there. I actually went on to buy this off the Fenty Beauty website, and then it has coconut in it, but it's a coconut derivative that is hit or miss whether it'll make me break out. I know I'm very complex. But then I saw Tanya B. Wells' review of this and the product was like this amount, and like even for me, I was like, you've gone, like, I was like, no. And I know this is coming from someone who really loves and raves about the Victoria Beckham contour stick, which is also the smallest amount of product for the price tag, right? But you don't use as much of that product, at least me, in my thinking, you don't use as much of that product. Not that I justify it, I think that product should also be cheaper, but you're not gonna use as much of that product as you would like a skin tint, in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, just when I saw the amount of product, even in these pictures, the amount of product that you get, I was like, what? Like, there's like nothing. Anyway, maybe, I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. As a side note, I also just don't think I would like this product. I didn't like the Easy Drop blurring skin tint. It just did not work for me at all. And I know Teresa is Dead really liked this, and usually we're the opposite when it comes to base products because she's got super dry skin, so let me know if you've tried it though. Merit, which is actually a brand I can't get my hands on. They don't ship to Australia or stock anywhere that ships to Australia, but they have Solo Shadow Cream to Powder Soft Matte Eyeshadows coming out in 8 shades. Buildable, talc-free cream to powder eyeshadow, easy to use, gives a soft matte wash of color all day. It has, like, you know, the new thing is to put skincare in your eyeshadows, which I do get. The eye skin is very delicate, if you will. Anyway, I like the look of these. I would actually try them if I could get my hands on them. I'd like to try actually the whole Merit brand. I just can't get my hands on them. But these look very pretty, and you know I love a cream to powder formula. You just know I'm obsessed with it, and I just think they make such a beautiful everyday, like, one and done shadow. So I'd 100% be interested in trying one of these. $24 US, and they're available on Sephora US on the 22nd of August. And I think the shade range is pretty beautiful, considering, like, there's only 8 shades. I think they've done a really nice job of, like, wearable shades for different skin tones here. So I don't know, I think it's beautiful. Victoria Beckham released a new mascara. I actually already picked it up and it is on its way to me. It's the Vast Lash Mascara. So clean eye defining mascara volumizes your lashes in a single swipe, coating evenly from root to tip. And when you're ready to remove it, simply rinse with warm water. So 12-hour wear, flake proof, smudge proof, sweat proof, humidity proof, vegan, gluten-free, nut-free, you know, all of the things. $32 US. And as I said, I already picked it up because they have, if you create an account on her website, you get, like, early VIP access to all her products. And they describe basically the Vast Lash as, like, bold, lifted, and dramatic. And then they describe the Future Lash as, like, quiet, lengthened, and defined. So it's kind of like, if you want a more subtle lash, use the Future Lash. If you want a more dramatic one, use the Vast Lash. And I really like that it's still a tubing one. I personally love the Victoria Beckham mascara intensely. I've gone through 2 tubes of it. And I love it because of the formula. I have really sensitive eyes, and the formula is really, really nice for me for, like, the everyday, especially working like 5 days of the week. I look at a computer almost 18 hours a day. I can find that eyeliners and mascaras can irritate my eyes, especially when I'm looking at a computer so long. And Victoria Beckham eyeliners and her mascara are the best products I've found for, like, my sensitive eyes and working on a computer and stuff. So yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, 100, get in my cart, off we go. So I'll do a video when I get it, don't you worry. Givenchy's also dropped a sneak peek of their holiday collection, and I think I'll probably pick up minimum one thing, probably only one thing if I'm honest, but they have dropped a new shade, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a new shade of their Prisme Loose Powder. So this is number 13 Celebration Pastel, which I want to say I almost want to try it because the shade looks really awesome for someone of my skin tone, but I don't really love the formula of it. So I probably won't. Anyway, an eyeshadow palette, which I do think this eyeshadow palette is very pretty. Do not get me wrong. I think they've done a really lovely job. This is a really nice holiday eyeshadow palette in my opinion. But I wasn't as enthused. It's not that I didn't like it. I just wasn't as enthused when trying the Givenchy eyeshadow palette, and I think since then I've tried like the YSL, another Dior, the Clé de Pose, a Chanel, and I really intensely love those formulas, that even now when I think of that Givenchy palette, it's not that I dislike it, it's just I prefer those formulas over it. So keeping that in mind, I don't think I'll be picking this up, but they obviously have two lips like they always do, but they have a Prisme Libre liquid highlighter, and I am very interested in that. Very interested in that. That really tickles my pickle, not gonna lie. Two shades, a lighter one and a deeper one, and as soon as I can get my hands on that, I'll be grabbing it because I love the Prisme Libre concealer and I love a liquid highlighter. But I don't know, let me know what do you guys think? We'd be picking any of those up. Huda Beauty Glowish is making a new drop, so they're dropping 3 quads, and what are they calling these things again? Glowish Super Jelly Lip Balms, which honestly reminds me of the MAC ones that have kind of gone viral on TikTok because of Meredith, what's her name? Anyway, doesn't matter. But I'm like, anyway, when brands release things that are so similar, so close to each other, I'm like, do labs just shop their products around and then brands just put their hands up for them? Anyway, so I actually quite like the Glowish brand from Huda. A lot of the products I've tried from that brand have been delightful, but these just don't interest me, if I'm honest. Maybe the lip balms, just because I love a lip balm, like I go through so many, but even then, like the packaging of these, like, you know me, if you know my channel, you know me, I'm a luxury makeup lover, and I just, a lot of the times, there's so many products out there that what gets me to spend my money is like not just the product being good, but also the whole experience, and including in that is like the packaging, and for me these just don't look enticing for me. You know, that whole Marie Kondo brings me joy. And the quads look very beautiful. However, the quads and the color stories have been done 10 times over from every different brand, like every different brand. And it doesn't really seem like the formula is going to be anything revolutionary. Like it just says 3 creamy matte shadows and 1 pearly shimmer, and they're micro mini eyeshadow palettes. High performing creamy pigments in pocket sized design. So I'm guessing they're just going to be like teeny tiny little things. Launching 21st of August. I can understand the thought process of releasing these, especially in line with like what the Glowish line is. I just don't think for me these are interesting. Sigma just dropped new bite-size quad eyeshadow palettes, and they actually sent me the whole collection, which is super exciting. I should have a reel or a short or something coming soon, just like of me showing them. They're like over that side of the room, so I'm not grabbing them, but they look really pretty. I put them on my stories too, so there will be a video upcoming of me like swatching them and stuff, and like I'll probably try and do like heaps of shorts and reels and stuff with them. They're really pretty, you guys, like really pretty. But again, you know, you might already have these color stories, but if you're someone that just wants like a little bite-size palette of those color stories. But to me, and look, I'm not just saying this because I got these in PR, hand on heart, I would say these whether I actually already liked the look of these, and when I saw these get dropped, I actually had that moment where I was like, I really hope they send these to me in PR because I really like the look of them. You can believe that, but it's fine. Whether or not you believe that, it's up to you. But I like the look of these little eyeshadows more than the Huda ones, just because these are more my color stories, right? Like there's that, like those greens, they look special to me. Like they look very pretty, and like getting them in person, I can see they're just really intense and beautiful. Whereas like, I mean, I haven't tried the formula yet, but I know the Sigma formula, it's lovely. Whereas like with the Huda one, the Huda formula is probably lovely too, but they seem like just too light, I think, for me and my color story preference. I don't know. Anyway, I really like the look of these Sigma ones. They're already released, by the way, and I will have some videos coming out and like looks and stuff because they honestly are beautiful. Alrighty friends, I think that is enough new releases, at least from what I can see. I think I'm all kind of caught up, but I know when I finish filming this and wrap everything up, I'll go downstairs and I'll be like, oh my god, I forgot to talk about that product. But anyway, For now, that's enough. Let me know your thoughts down below. What are you excited for? I probably already know most of the answers to the Natasha Denona palette because I've received so many messages on Instagram from you guys about that palette, and I get it, I'm excited too. But let me know if there's any products that I've missed that you want to see on my channel, or just in general what you want to see on my channel. Don't feel bad or anything. Like I want your guys' feedback. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. And if you've made it this far, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. And I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye.